Hi, and welcome to Friday Afternoon's Trending. The show today is brought to you in association with Iconic Coffee. Head over to shop.iconic.com, use the code TRENDING for 10% off. Let's head over to Alligator Alcatraz. What a bizarre name. Lawmakers who tried to visit Alligator Alcatraz amid humanitarian concerns were denied entry. Strange name, but this is the place that Donald Trump turned up to a couple of days ago to have a little look around. Basically, when Obama and Biden kept people in cages, it was horrific. But when he does it, it's absolutely fine. If you've seen the place, it looks like a zoo, quite frankly, a makeshift zoo. Lawmakers worried about humanitarian concerns were denied entry into the new detention center dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. Dubbed that because if you try and escape, the alligators will get you. Thursday, so just hours after the arrival of its first group of detainees. They stopped us pretty immediately, said Florida State Rep Anna Escamani, one of the 5 Democratic state lawmakers who attempted to visit the facility and inspected its grounds following reports of flooding and other issues. So I've seen videos of this flooding. They do look a little bit AI generated to me. So, but then again, it doesn't mean the flooding hasn't happened. They are literally glorified tents, really. They just look horrific for keeping people in. The lawmakers were stopped by law enforcement officers from multiple Florida agencies, and later a general counsel from the Florida Division of Emergency Management cited safety concerns for the denial. Well, they had safety concerns for the staff and for these Florida reps who had every right to go in and have a look. Should have done so way before it opened. But they have no safety concerns for the people actually detained in there. As Escamani says here, it's unsafe for us. How is it safe for detainees? Escamani said. She asked the attorney. It's utterly absurd, isn't it? So this is a facility created by Ron DeSantis of Florida. How he achieved and received a Zion Heroes Award a few years back. So you know who's backing him. He's backed by Israel and the Israeli lobby, as is Donald Trump. They had a pretend fallout a little while ago. Now they're back being mates again, but they're both answering to this Zion messianic agenda separately. So this is all part of that. And when it suits them, they roll it back. So Trump's just said, well, if you've got immigrants working on your farms and they've been here a while, you might as well keep them. It's just absurd, isn't it? I've just seen another clip from a gentleman who was an ardent supporter of Trump, or is an ardent supporter of Trump. His wife was taken in by these maniacs at ICE today. She was 3 when she moved to the United States from Iran. She was an Iranian immigrant or refugee at 3 years old, and she's been in the country ever since. And they've come and arrested her, and he's still supporting Donald Trump. Utterly absurd, isn't it? Let's have a look at this clip here.
Unsafe condition.
So to be clear, we're denied access.
Yes, ma'am.
Very clear.
Due to safety concerns for us, while there's no safety concerns for those who are being held here, many of them who have not committed any violent crimes.
Who is denying us access?
So I spoke to Florida Division of Emergency Management General Counsel.
Max Lamb?
I'm sorry, might not be General Counsel. I apologize. Stephanie Help.
Okay.
And as I said, I raised the concerns that you have.
Well, for a second, I need to first.
And I said, this is what is being cited. And obviously, what is a reasonable response?
Was it unsafe when you let the President of the United States in here just hours ago?
Sure.
Well, pursuant to Florida Statute 944.23 and 95.225, we don't have to arrange a tour. We actually get to pop up here.
Right now, I was told that I could give you a phone number. I could call somebody else.
And so, unfortunately, that's not the law.
So there you can see it. They cited actual statutory laws that should allow them to go in, but you mean the laws only apply when they apply to the one controlling the narrative. The lawmakers said in the joint statement that Florida law allows state legislators to have full access to inspect any state-operated facility. They reference 2 Florida statutes. One gives members of the legislature authority to visit all state correctional institutions at their pleasure, as they did, and they probably should have done before it opened. And another allows them to visit country and municipal detention facilities. This is a blatant abuse of power and an attempt to conceal human rights violations from the public eye. Absolutely, it is. And we're seeing this going on all over the place. If Israel are involved in some way, as they are through DeSantis and Trump, then the agenda points towards going in that direction and what suits them at a certain time. Channel 4 just released a documentary that the BBC wouldn't release. And I haven't managed to see it yet, but it looks incredible. And I've seen some of the clips, and it's horrific of how the IDF are using and abusing the aid workers that are going over to Gaza. So have a look at that. This is beyond reproach. Remember, these guys are working for a sect within a sect. So this is just one of the outposts of it, and it's been put in this Republican Democrat. These are real people with real lives, obviously, and put in cages that many of them have lived in America most of their lives. And it's lunacy, and it's horrific. And I don't think what these people realize is setting a precedent that this could happen to US citizens. He's already put these ridiculous laws in place, these anti-Semitic speech laws that make no sense, considering Semitic is a group of languages largely Arabic, so that's spoken by the Palestinians. What happens to them when they break those laws? Do they go into a little alligator Alcatraz of their own? They're putting these things in place with the digital ID. He's just been stopped from putting 10 years worth of blocks on state legislation for their own AI, which is a good thing because he's obviously funded by Peter Thiel. This is Donald Trump, by the way, and the likes of Elon Musk. So this is all part of a much, much bigger agenda. These guys should have been allowed in to have a look at it. If it's not safe for them to go and have a look, it can't be safe for the people in the cages, can it? In the zoo. Today's show is brought to you in association with Iconic Coffee. Head over to shop.iconic.com. Use the code trending for 10% off, and we will see you next Monday. Take care. Goodbye.